Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Is that right?
That is right. Why'd you stop and ask? No, we're going to continue from there. Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we're going over 5 solo games we have to absolutely play in 2023.
You know it's going to happen.
I'm here with a lovely guest for the very first time this year. Not the last time, though, I assure you. We have Dave from Board Game Dave. Dave, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah, I'm Dave from Board Game Dave.
From Board Game Dave. And this morning, 9 a.m., right? The same time this video is going live?
Yes.
You are posting your official top 10 board games from 2022.
Top 10 solo games I played in 2022.
Sorry. Top 10 solo games from 2022.
They're all exceptional. They're incredible games.
I have heard they're all exceptional. I've heard they're all incredible.
Yes.
I don't even officially know the list, but I'm willing to make this standpoint right now. I will go out on a limb. This could be dangerous. We'll go out on a limb and I will say this. Follow the link at the top of this video description. Leave a quack over on that video. Because a week from now, Board Game Dave from Board Game Dave, is going to draw a winner from that comment section, and I'm going to give away whatever your number one game of all time is. Your number one solo game of all time. So, I have no idea what it is. He hasn't told me. I'm excited to find out.
I love it.
Go find out what that game is, and then also enter to win a copy. I'll literally buy one. We'll just ship it directly towards you. That being said,
that's great.
Now we have to look towards the future.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 5 solo games you need to play. You've picked 5 from my collection that you are making a stand. You're like, I need to try this out.
Yeah.
And I've picked 5 that, in my opinion, I think you need to play this next year.
Sure.
Who should start?
I'll start. Does that sound okay?
Yeah. And you've ranked these from least to most?
Yeah, number 5. Number 5, most need to play solo game in 2023.
Okay.
Is Fields of Arle.
Okay.
Now,
I've heard amazing things.
Yeah, same. It's Uwe Rosenberg, so you know you're going to be doing some farming. You know there's cows. You know there's sheep. You know there's agriculture. You know you're doing all that Rosenbergian stuff, I say. So, let me see here. We're in a small East Frisian village, of course, and verge of the 18th century, of course. Your family must take care of numerous tasks, dehydrate the moor, as one does, plow the farmland,
as one
breed the animals.
You gotta,
I remember that.
You gotta dehydrate the moor.
It floods constantly, so you're building up the dams, and then the water comes in or whatever. So, but the key aspect of this is that
what has this on your attention?
Is that this was a game specifically for 1 to 2 players, and I think they really, really honed the solo version because they have Agricola, they have Caverna, and they have solo modes, which I think is always be your own score.
When you're talking about a Uwe Rosenberg game, and you're introducing one that is not trying to fill the masses, right? It's not like they're not trying to make everyone play it.
Yeah,
they're saying this is a 2-player, this is a solo.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention.
Exactly. It's much more geared, I think, with a solo gamer in mind. So I'm intrigued by it. I think it would be very, very different from some of the other.
And you're more of a Euro leaner.
I am, yeah.
Than you are, like a story, a narrative, an adventure-based gamer.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Although, I'm deviating a bit. I'm branching out. I'm keep my mind open.
Things out. You're coming to visit me is what you're doing.
Yes.
Don't worry, my list will still have some narrative-driven games on it that I think he needs to play, but, whatever. I have not ran my list by you either.
Yeah, so I might have played them.
There's a chance you've played them. This is one that if you haven't played it this last year, I feel like you're already making mistakes.
Okay.
Final Girl.
You really have to sell me on this.
What?
I've seen it on Instagram a ton, and
First off, the single most successful solo game in Kickstarter's history.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and Wave 2 has already printed to massive acclaim. This is actually a copy of a Wave 2 version of it, because there's Season 1, there's Season 2.
Yeah.
This is a game where you're set in a horror movie environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very careful hand management, resource management playing game where you're trying to balance what you have in your hand to not run out of time.
Yeah.
You're set against various different modules, so each box has its own location, has its own final girl, has its own villain that you're playing against. So this one is the Asylum. So here, well, check this out.
They're VHS.
This pops out, and there's the creature we're fighting against.
Okay.
Her cards are in here. Everything you need to play with her in here.
Ratchet lady.
Pop this side out, and we have the Asylum that you're playing with.
Oh, okay.
And then if I had the core box, which I left over there on the shelf, you actually have the Final Girl and your own little tableau.
Okay.
It's a solo-only game. No trying to be cooperative, no trying to work for anyone else. This is designed for people that like solo puzzles.
Interesting.
And every single module, the villain, the creature that you're fighting against, the area that you're fighting in, they're all interchangeable. Every single bit and piece of this game, I could fight her in a decrepit manner. I could fight a poltergeist in a spaceship that's alone adrift in outer space.
Colonel Mustard in the library.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Do you like horror games? Do you like horror movies? Are you
that's
into that
the biggest thing
all?
that's the turnout for me. Yeah. The theme I just couldn't get.
You're not a horror person.
Not at all. Movies, games.
Okay.
But
it doesn't have to be
wow.
It is based around that fiction, right? That genre, and if you like that type of stuff, it will sell that type of stuff well.
Yeah.
If you just like a very good thinky hand management puzzle.
Right.
That introduces a bit of chaos, a bit of randomness, tells a cool story from time to time.
Yeah.
This is that.
Okay.
And if you don't like the horror trope, you can step it aside and think of it about it. It's about the final girl trope is the last survivor.
Right.
So that's what this is. You're playing as the last survivor in granted a horror movie, but still.
Sure.
Final girl.
All right.
If you want some critical acclaim as a solo gamer, I think you have to try it.
You have to do it.
I think you have to try it.
Yeah.
It might not be right for you.
Sure.
You are more of you're more of a Euro. But you got to try it.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
That's my pitch. All right. What else do you have?
By the way, the games you're pitching to me, you have played and know a lot about. The games I'm picking, I haven't played.
Yeah, but I'm trying to sell them. You're already interested in these.
Right. So I know a little bit. I know enough.
He already wants to play these.
Yes. Orléan, I've played multiplayer.
Okay.
Several times. I believe, but it's been a very, very long time, and I've been dying to play the game again, multiplayer, but also, of course, with Orléan Invasion.
That's where you get the solo mode.
This is where the solo mode comes in. I think the biggest thing for me right now is both of these together is super expensive.
Is it?
For a solo game, you need this.
On what you're saying is I'm sitting on a very fancy.
It's, I don't know, $80 something?
I believe.
Together. It's crazy.
I believe here as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so this is also. I posted a Grail game list to the audience saying these are the 5 or the 10 games that I desperately want to own.
Jeez.
So this is the almost impossible to get deluxe version of Orléan.
That's incredible.
Which a lovely fan and supporter of the channel gave me the opportunity to pick up from him. So
that's awesome. But yeah, Orléan is a bag builder. You are drafting different color workers from your bag and then putting them out on your board to accomplish different things, to move around the map to get goods. There's kind of an efficiency engine where you get those gears, technologies to make actions more efficient. What else is there? There's trading.
It's worker placement. It's worker placement bag building, which is one of the only games, one of the first games to really set the standard for that type of genre.
Right.
Very Euro.
Yeah, I love it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Yeah. Some of the later stuff, not as good, but very good in and of itself.
Bonus game.
Oh!
Speaking of bag building,
you found this on my shelf.
Resource.
I just got this guy in.
Yes, yeah, that's very, very exciting. Yeah. Resurgence, developed by Stan Gordonsky, same guy as Endless Winter, one of my all-time favorite games, most hyped game of last year, easily. Nice. Endless Winter is extraordinary. One of my jaws, just so good. But this is his next game. And it's a bag builder, and it's. Do
you know much about this?
It's survival, like wasteland,
post-apocalyptic style. Yep.
Right, and it's you and a band of survivors trying to get food and go out on raids and collect resources, build up your base.
Building up your base.
Which that's one of my favorite themes.
Oh,
is that Fallout, shelter, end of the world, post-apocalyptic.
Don't tell me where. Is this War of Mine on your top 10?
No, I hadn't played it. I've played the computer game actually, and really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's very good.
Right,
I really like it.
Why haven't you played the board game?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I think because I could play the computer game.
That's a fair point. But that's one reason why I also haven't played the board game, because it's hard to get to the table, and I really should.
But great theme. So this, we talked about. I don't know why I didn't back it, because it's certainly absolutely up my alley. So.
You know, we need to at some point between now and the next 6 months.
Yeah.
We need to play this War of Mine together.
Yeah.
I love the video game.
Yep.
I love the theme.
Yeah.
West desperately wants to play it. And if I play it with you and not him, that'd be a better experience anyway. So, Resurgence. Resurgence solo. No. No. You're ridiculous. Let me walk in another one that the audience is going to agree with. And I know you're going to agree because you already saw it on the shelf.
Yep.
Talk about this.
Mage Knight. Me talking about it?
Yeah, what do you know about it?
Vlaada Chvátil, like legendary game designer, right? And anytime I go on YouTube and say best solo games, because I do that from time to time to see what people are into.
This is there.
This always comes
100%.
up. People rave about Mage Knight solo is such an epic experience. It's a huge game, right? Like epic, complex, long, rules are intense.
It's a lot. We actually had a fan send us a copy of Mage Knight Ultimate Edition to do a giveaway with.
Jeez.
And West currently has that at home so that he can get experience with it and play through it before we actually do a giveaway here on the channel. So just in case, people are wondering. Mage Knight.
1 to 4 hours.
Epic, massive game. Some of the most satisfying deck building ever in a game. You feel so powerful, and you start exploring through this world. You start opening up these pathways. You have all these different creatures and bosses.
Yeah.
Kind of open world in a sense because you really choose where you want to go. But it's not open world in like the dry pick up and deliver that a lot of these games do. It's much more like you're just slaughtering things as you move across the battlefield.
Yeah.
So many games have built off of this as this is a genre-defining game system.
Interesting.
This is one that as a solo gamer, like you said you were, like over 100 plus plays this last year, right? So as a solo gamer, this is one that's going to take you some work to get to the table, but worth knowing, worth having in your repertoire at least.
Interesting.
It's a game, though, that I'm only willing to play with other people that already know it. Because
Right.
I'm not good enough to teach it, and I don't want to become good enough to teach it. Slog of a rulebook.
Yeah.
There are helpful videos, though. There's helpful stuff out there.
Right.
What's next? What else do you got?
I have a very new game
I haven't even opened this.
from Garfield Games. Have you played it?
I haven't.
Oh, my heavens.
I got no
Okay.
context.
Yeah, so Garfield Games, one of my favorite publishers.
Yeah.
They don't miss. They're incredible.
Oh, they're awesome.
Ever since Raiders, I played all their games. They're incredible. Raiders is still one of my favorites. Viscount's solo is extraordinary. But yeah, Wayfarers. So the theme is you are in the Middle East. You are, oh gosh, I should know this better. I think Afghanistan. Wait, like 1,000 years ago.
South Tigris.
Yes, South Tigris. And they were researching or they were studying the planetary motion and
Height of the Abbasid Caliphate. That sounds
what it is.
Afghanistan-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the main goals...
Or the Islamic nations.
Yeah. One of the main goals they were trying to do is determine the diameter of the Earth. And they actually got extremely close.
Cool.
Way before anybody else was even close, right? So, but they're studying the sun and the planets and the comets and stuff like that. So that's kind of the theme. And you're journaling your discoveries as you work across this journal map. But really what it is it's this card play, really clever mechanism where you're taking cards and tucking them into your action slots, into above your board, below your board, left of the board, right of the board. Each zone has different ways to activate it. It's really, really very intricate, very clever gameplay. And so many mechanisms just looking at this board. There's so much going on. Anyway, I played it once. Kind of overwhelmed, but really intrigued, and they always have really, really good solo modes. So I'm sure this would be one I would love to play. So
Cool.
So
Very cool.
there you go.
Stepping over to my next one, I'm going to go for a prototype.
Okay.
So it's not one that you could have played, but should arrive this next year. People on my channel have heard me talk about this a lot.
Ooh.
And I have a solo video out on this. Wow. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you a
beautiful.
fan of tableau building style games, like resource management, for instance, like Terraforming Mars-esque world?
No.
Not a fan of Terraforming Mars. What is the problem that you have with Terraforming Mars?
I don't remember. It was really long.
Okay.
And the art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you wanted a game that had beautiful art of Mother Earth,
Yes.
paired with a tableau building system that instead of being tight
Yeah.
and long and critical,
Right.
was just generous.
Yeah.
Just overflowing with life and botany and plants and animals. That's what Earth is.
Much more up my alley.
Earth is this game. Some of the things that it does. First off, you're building this tableau that's chaining and building out this like actual forest on the board in front of you. That's how you're scoring.
Okay.
Every action you take gives your opponents, people around the table, an extra bonus action. That's true in the solo mode as well, because you're going to be pairing back and forth against the AI bot.
Okay.
So everything that you do will be influencing or helping the AI that you're fighting against. And everything the AI does will be doing the same thing back to you.
Interesting.
It has this really cool back and forth. It's like this tug of war of trying to figure out where you want to like harvest and grow and how you want to build the tableau to get as much reward as possible.
Yeah.
This was one of the most pleasurable games, period.
Yeah.
I played this last year. And a really, really solid solo game. I plan on doing another solo video sometime soon.
Yeah.
But I've had a thrill of Earth. I am hoping, or at least I'm predicting, it did really good on Kickstarter.
Nice.
I'm predicting that this is going to be one of those games that just hits evergreen.
Yeah.
And keeps going.
Yeah. Cool.
So as this comes in, check this out. Well worth it.
Looks great.
I think it's up your alley with the type of games that we've talked about.
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right.
Sounds like it. All
What's
right.
next?
Oh man, this is one I own, and I love this game. Don't play it as much as I should, but
Sounds heavy.
It's
Ooh,
really,
I do not play this as
really
much as I
heavy.
should either.
But solo could change all that for me. It's Glenmore Chronicles II.
Tell me about that. What do you know about it?
Yes. The game?
Yeah.
So it's a rondel game. You go around and there's these incredible tiles. There's river tiles. There's land tiles. And then there's like famous Scottish personalities. So you're getting one of those tiles. The river ones extend your river. And then there's castles and farms and production buildings you add to your city or land mass, whatever. And you produce sheep and cows and horses and wool and wood and stone and all this stuff. And you're selling
Pigeons,
it.
I believe.
Pigeons?
No.
You're doing pigeons? Yeah. So, but the rondel part is so clever because, you can skip way ahead to get something you really, really want. Rondels are really
It's a
clever.
really satisfying rondel.
Yeah.
It's a rondel where one person can have 3 actions that are
Right.
lesser quality, and you can take one action in that same time period but get the exact tile you're looking for. And you don't necessarily want the biggest board. You want
Right.
the best board.
Yes, because at the end you get -3 points for every tile. Yours is bigger than the smallest, something like that. But anyway, so there's an expansion for this called the Highland Games,
Yep.
which came out, which adds more modules. By the way, this comes with 8, I believe, sometimes 9, depending on
yeah.
your copy. Modules that you can add to the game. Intermix. You can use 1, you can use 2, you can use all 8, whatever. But then Highland Games adds more and a really, really solid solo mode, which I watched videos on how to play it. My friend Connor has let me borrow the solo mode for
Good on you,
ages.
Connor. Good on you.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting around, so I haven't done it. So
You got to force him to play it, Connor.
Yeah.
You got to demand your game back.
it'll happen next year, for sure. I can't wait to play this solo. It looks so good. So
Nice. Very
that's
cool.
Number 2.
All right, where do I go? I want to pull... I don't remember if this was my favorite. I did a top 10 solo a couple months back.
Okay.
I think this was my number 1.
Okay.
But I'm not entirely sure. It was within my top 3. If so, have you played Marvel Champions?
No, I don't even know what you're showing me here.
What?
Decks of cards.
Yeah, decks of cards. Are you a Marvel fan
No.
at all?
No.
Oh, you're crushing me.
Ant-Man?
You're hurting. Oh, yeah, that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that nonsense. You don't like that nonsense?
I never was into it. I never got into it. Not as a kid, not as a...
Have you heard of Arkham Horror?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard of Lord of the Rings, the card game?
Sure.
Fantasy Flight.
I don't know about the card
No.
game. Maybe not.
Have you ever played Arkham Horror?
No.
Intrigued by it at all? What? Well, your game's going to be full of gross Euro games, isn't it?
It is.
Just mathematical puzzles.
I hear IP, I'm like, I'm out. I want generic Euro goodness.
That is a conversation we need to have. Holy cow. You want ambient, left alone Scottish Highlands as opposed to like
yes.
some type of big mass market
Absolutely.
franchise.
Yeah,
This is maybe not the right pick for you.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
All right, but Marvel Champions.
Sure.
The reason why this is one of, if not my favorite solo game.
Blade hands. I know that guy. Sword knuckles.
Wolverine?
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Well, first off, if you like Marvel, this is
Right.
a great pick. Apparently not in his wheelhouse. I really like this game. Let's set the theme aside.
Okay.
I really like this game because it's a living card game. So you're getting all these decks of cards. They're not collectible, but instead they're standalone decks of cards. Okay. You get to play as a hero up against another module where you go against a villain. Now there's a whole set of different types of villains, different types of heroes you can play. So you can really mix and match what you want.
Yeah.
It's also a deck crafting game. So you have this whole arsenal of cards. And instead of deck building where you add cards during the course of the gameplay, this is when you're actually taking cards. You're building your deck before you start playing.
Oh, okay.
So you actually get the chance to establish your deck of cards, craft your deck of cards, put it together, and then see how it fares against an enemy.
Okay.
So you can spend a lot of time learning how to play one character to perfection, which is really satisfying to see, and like fine-tuning some of the mechanics. I really like not only the thematics of it, but also the fact that it's modular, the fact that you have so many different unique types of characters, cards, systems to play in the same game. You really can expand it almost to like a lifestyle game. Like this could be a full standalone lifestyle game. The copy I have that's like all sleeved and stuff is over $1,000 worth of just cards and sleeves and nonsense.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, it's a really good hand management, resource management puzzle. You're trying to take down whatever their scheme is. You're playing your cards to like affect the different, the different damage, health, stats. Put yourself in the right position to take advantage of different actions they're taking. Okay. So it's a bunch of this like resource management, push and pull, like tactical combat.
Yeah.
If you don't like Marvel, I'm gonna be honest. You probably don't need to own this.
Okay.
But this would be a fun one to play.
Yeah, sure.
Again, it's one of those that I think it's worth knowing.
Yeah.
You
gotta be open-minded.
And maybe this one. Yeah. Maybe this one cooperative. Like play it 2-player, you'll get a taste for it then. The solo mode's the way I'm able to get to the table.
Right.
But if you can play it 2-player, it's probably still worth trying a 2-player.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
You're gross. You like all these euros. I should have just picked them. I pull out
The less theme, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
I love that, though.
I take it back because I really like the theme going on here.
Super heavy Euro, though. Let's keep it with that.
Yes, Vitalis Cerdus.
So not terraforming Mars, but on Mars you're intrigued by.
Absolutely.
It's very the mouthfeel on this game, delicious. All the components.
The mouthfeel?
You didn't know?
I thought
Eagle Griffin, specifically the paint they use, the sealant on the paint has a soft grape flavor.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know that?
On Mars, Vitalis Cerdus. Okay, wow, what you talking about? Art by Ian O'Toole, Eagle Griffin Games, which is the best trilogy. I mean, that's the combo you want in your game, right?
Sure.
So, but anyway, they have Combat EV, which I think is a lighter, easier entry point into Lacerda games. I think that's what I've heard.
Kanban EV's mean.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. But On Mars, I think, is significantly heavier.
It might be a little bit heavier.
That being said, the theme is really appealing to me. I love the On Mars. Okay. It makes me think of, what was the one with Bourne Identity? Jason Bourne, Matt Damon.
I know what you're talking about.
I forget what it's called.
I'm blanking on it.
But he's peeing and making potatoes or whatever. Right?
Yeah, he makes poop potatoes.
Yeah, he's making poop potatoes. It reminds me of this. So, super
Who would have guessed a guy that loves thematic Euros also wants to make poop potatoes in space? Yes. Couldn't have even thought.
Yeah, no, I love the theme, though. I don't have a lot of space games. I think I have one space game, so adding this would be right up my alley. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And I'm intrigued by super heavy, strategic, complex, meaty, big Euro game.
I have played this before.
Yeah.
I had a non-completely fancy version. This is the completely fancy version. I have a copy of all Lacerda games. I was hoping to do a unboxing all the Lacerda games at some point. That's the only reason this isn't open yet.
So much fun.
But
I'd be down.
Yeah?
That sounds like a blast.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That might be, next trip we plan, a whole afternoon just to unbox them all.
That would be epic.
I've got 2 more. Are you down to your last one?
Somehow, yes. I'm not sure what happened.
You went first.
Oh.
You went first.
You have 2 left.
Oh, so let me knock out my last 2.
Okay, I'm ready.
And then let's go to your final one. And remember, if you're watching...
I'm out.
You're out? That was your last one? That was your one you wanted to play the most?
I think I had 5 plus 1. And
then I did 6, so I cheated, and I also have the 5th.
Go ahead.
Thanks for watching the video. That's it. That's all.
Let's see it.
I picked games he never should play because he doesn't even like Marvel.
It's like you don't even know me.
He picked incredible Euro games. No, to be fair,
I want to see these.
To be fair, the games I picked are they're great solo games.
I believe it. I know that they are. Yep.
Tindaya. Okay. I heard you're not from you. I heard you're not a Spirit Island fan.
No.
No, you've yet to play Spirit Island solo.
Yes, and I know I would like it solo. Everybody tells me that.
We've got to try it solo.
Yes.
Tindaya is going to be joining in with that realm of the Spirit Island, island building, resource management. Okay. You got this cruel kind of world where volcanoes can erupt and the land can spread and stuff can get destroyed, meteors can fall. It's a different puzzle from Spirit Island. You're
Yeah.
going to have these tableaus where you're actually like reaching out and taking actions, and like so instead of card play, it's going to be worker placement play.
Oh, okay,
like
yeah,
very
yeah,
strategic. You're going to be spreading out of these islands.
Nice.
Very satisfying solo experience, though.
I like it.
And comparable to Spirit Island. So
Yeah,
it's one
and
of those-
short. 30
and
minutes per
short.
player.
Yeah, so it's one of those. It's one of the reasons why I grabbed this one. I
Yeah.
think this is if you like worker placement, if you like resource management, this is one of those that like sets this cool theme where you're like
the
warring
theme a
against
lot.
gods, but then on
Yeah.
top of that, you're going to be able to like solve a puzzle that's very fun at the same time, very satisfying.
Very cool.
And the last one.
That was a good choice.
Stepping out of your wheelhouse.
I see it. I see books. Okay.
Graphic novel adventures.
Yes.
I know this is really going to be stretching it for you because
Is
this
it a
is
board game,
this
though,
is the
Jesse? Is it
perfect.
a board
No, it's more of an RPG.
Okay.
It's more of an RPG,
Okay.
role-playing game. But this is if you did not grow up on choose your own adventure books like I did, right?
I did. R.L. Stein, Goosebumps.
Okay.
Yeah. They have the whole Choose Your Own series.
Do you
all about it.
you have some nostalgia for that type of thing?
Yes, I do. Yep.
So this is taking that to the next level.
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes, Shadow of the Jack Ripper. You're going to open it up. You're going to establish your character, and you're going to start going through the story. And throughout the story, you have a full comic book broken down system where you're going to be reading through the comic book, looking for clues in the artwork, and then going to the resulting choose your own adventure in this game.
Oh,
So each
nice,
one
nice.
is going to be bridging on to these different pathways that you could go down, solving murders,
That's
looking
cool.
for the werewolf. A stick up like a Wild Western shooter. You're going to have the same classic endings that you have in those Goosebumps, where like you
Right.
walk down the wrong alley and just something vicious
died.
happens. So this is the choose your own adventure system taken to its natural like next degree.
Right.
It's really cool. And while I know this is not your genre yet, I do think that grabbing one of these, just sticking it in a backpack, when you're on a flight, when you're on, when you're sitting at a park, like you just want something to do. This is a fun way to explore a story without getting too in the weeds.
Right.
And then on top of that, I don't know what your family plans are. I don't know what your future looks like.
Yeah.
But I grew up with parents, specifically a mom, who loved reading, telling stories, sitting down like every evening and going through books together.
Yeah.
Like that was where I fell in love with the art of storytelling. One of the things that I love on the channel is games with stories. And so for me, I'm thinking towards the future. And I'm thinking about being able to like sit down next to, they have kids versions of these and they have adult versions of these. I'm thinking about like being able to sit next to like an 8-year-old and like work through an adventure.
Awesome.
And not just have it be a very solo, personal, like reading through an adventure book, but having it be something where like I'm sharing and giving back. So I don't know.
That's awesome.
I think these are worth checking out. I think they're very unique in the realm of like solo RPG worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all about it. That looks
My-
really cool.
That's my pitch. What do you think? Are you
Good stuff.
Are any of the ones that I brought forward that you're like, there's just no way I'm going to try that?
My favorite is Tindaya.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good.
Okay.
That looks awesome. That looks really fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that a lot. And it looks like the one said something about if you have like 15 initiatives, so your character's leveling up and stuff.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so like
I
the
like that a lot
more
of
you
games.
go through it, the more it carries on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'd be into that for sure.
Cool. Very cool.
Good picks, man.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Remember, if you haven't went over and left a quack, you need to go over and leave a quack.
Right.
I'm not going to have you expose what your number one is because that's like not the thing to do.
Gotta go find out.
But you got to go find out.
And win a copy.
I'm going to go find out in the morning. And I'm going to figure out what I'm giving away. And what you need to do is you're going to need to draw a name sometime in the next week or so from people that are leaving quack. I'll tell you how to do that. And then you're gonna let me know the address of the person, and we'll ship it off to them.
Free game.
We'll send them something. So
There you go.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do the important thing.
Get out and play board games.
Oh, you got it. You're one of the fastest to that. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.